Hello everyone, welcome for this video lecture. In this video lecture, we'll start new chapter number 8, introduction to various techniques and tools that are in quality management. So we'll see there are different concepts related to quality in this chapter. So there are different concepts like a benchmarking, quality management system, environmental management system, quality function deployment, Six Sigma, failure mode and effect analysis, Taguchi method, etc. So we'll start with the benchmarking for this video lecture. So what is benchmarking? So we'll take a simple example. Suppose I started new business today and I'm very new in this business, right? I have not expanded my business. I'm not settled in the market with my business, but I am seeing myself in a future period of time. Suppose maybe after 20 years, 30 years, I want to become entrepreneur like a Ratan Tata or Ananda Mahindra, right? So nowadays I am setting this role model in front of me and I want to progress. I want to become that much successful entrepreneur as said such persons. So this is nothing but benchmarking. So same tool is applicable for our existing business activities. So there is one Japanese word that is dantotsu. What is meaning of this is that striving for best. So it is a very best example. So what existing practice we are making, so we should not stop there. So we always strive for the best, how we can improve our existing process, that may be method way of doing the work, or maybe our skills, expertise in a particular area. So that should be always evolving, that should be always developed. So this is nothing but striving for the best. So what is the benchmarking? Benchmarking is systematic approach by which organization measure themselves against best industry practice. Simply by benchmarking we are adopting best industry practices around us or around competitive market. So there are various practices, various tools and techniques, right? So these techniques we are borrowing from other and we are adapting at our level, and that becomes standard best industry practice for us. So secret of benchmarking technique is work in a three aspect, that is borrow, adopt and refine. So what is the borrow? So borrow means we have to take idea from other which is best, then we have to adopt that idea at our level as per our needs and requirement, as per our working culture of the business activity, and then we have to continuously refine that so that it is practiced well and we can achieve desired result. Of course it is positive. So these are the basic idea behind benchmarking. So there are three principles of the benchmarking. So first is learning best in class. So learn best in class means we have to borrow the idea from other industries which is practicing it well, or which is of the high class level. So we have to select that idea, then understand how this differ from own practice. We have to make here comparison. So they, some industries superior or their practice is superior, why that superior, or why that practice, so why instead of why, how that practice differ from our practice, that we have to understand. So this is the second point, and then we have to implement this particular idea to close the gap, to bridge the gap between our practice and superior practice. So this is the three principles behind benchmarking. So concept of benchmarking is slightly elaborated with the help of this chart. So here this indicate present status of our organization. Suppose I am new in the business or I want to make improvement of the business, and this is the my role model, means I want to go here. So this is my point and this is the standard point, suppose. So what is my point? I am at a level that what is our performance level, what do we do for it. So these are the self analysis factor. And what is about the other, which is standard, which is superior, what other perform level, how did they get there, right? So we have to make the comparison, we have to borrow their idea as earlier told. So this principle we have to follow: borrow, adapt and refine. So we have to borrow the best practice from this superior point. So we have to that practice we have to adopt as per our needs and requirement, and later on we have to refine, we have to implement for our continuous improvement. So after this adaptation here, it is called as a creative adaptation. Means as we have to does not copy the practices or ideas as it is. We have to modify that as per our requirement, our need, our work culture. So that is creative adaptation, and then we'll get breakthrough performance, means superior performance. The level between our existing performance and this standard performance, the gap is closed, means we are at a superior level. So this is the concept how benchmarking works. Next, next point will be definition. There are few definitions of the benchmarking. So here there are few definitions. We'll see that. The first is what is benchmarking? Benchmarking means search for best practice, innovative ideas, highly effective procedures. Right. So we have to identify what are the best practices, what are the innovative ideas, what are the highly effective procedures in a other firm which is superior from us. So that will be definition for the benchmarking. Then benchmarking is common sense to learn from others. So we have to adapt ideas of the others, and we have to implement it, we have to practice it, and then we are getting continuous improvement in our existing practices. So it is also about the learning from others. So again, benchmarking is finding the internal opportunities. Means we are studying our existing systems, and we are trying to minimize the lacunas or weaknesses in our existing systems. So that is also internal monitoring, finding the internal opportunities for the improvement. This is also become a definition for the benchmarking. Or there are some specific indicators, so that is also become part of this benchmarking, like a cost per unit. We are producing, suppose, a gearbox. So what is the cost per gearbox? So suppose xyz is the cost of one gearbox. Now we have to focus on this amount so that it is reduced. Ultimately, if you reduce the cost, if you give higher quality of the product with a lower cost, then customer get benefited, and chances of our business enhancement will be large there. So I have to think on that, how to reduce the cost. Again, there is a productivity per unit. Means productivity means output of the particular machine or of the particular operator manpower. So we have to increase, think about the increase in productivity of that particular machine or man. Again, we have to cycle time, reduction in cycle time, or defects. Right. So we have to reduce defects. It is, in other word, it is called as a ppm, parts per million. So we have to reduce that. So all these are the key factors or key indicators on that we can focus, and we can select any particular key indicator, and on we can concentrate on that, and we can think how that particular quantities can be reduced or can be increased, so that overall profitability of the business will get increased. And last point is that benchmark definition is also parallel, or it is also based on visions and mission statement of the organization. Means each and every organization keeping their visions and missions, right? So through the visions and mission, parallel to this vision and mission of the organization, we are basing our benchmarking, right? So benchmark is not quite different from the vision and mission, but it is a step by step approach to achieve this vision and mission of the organization. So there are certain reasons why we should go for the benchmark, so that are listed here. So why benchmarking is done? So first is to achieve business and competitive object. So there are numerous competition in a any business, right? So there is a very huge competition, tough competition to achieve the market territory, to expand a business, existing business. So for that we should have benchmark. Means we always think about the one step ahead to the performance level, to the quality level. So this is the competitive point. Second is to develop strength and reduce the weakness. Through benchmarking we are identifying internal system. Here one point is mentioned earlier, is that uh, brainstorming, sorry, benchmarking, just a minute. Yes. So one of the point of benchmarking is identify the internal opportunities for the improvement. Means we have to think, we have to analyze our existing practices, right? So we can develop our strength to study our existing practices and also reduces our weaknesses from that. So that is also one important reason to go for the benchmark. Again, lagging itself from peer. So company at a certain point of time in their life cycle, company finds realize themselves that they are lagging aside their competitors, right? Competitors are moving ahead but company is lagging from that. So such comparison is also helpful to develop or to grow company business, inspire workforce to compete. Also through the benchmarking, we are adopting standard practices, standard procedures, right? So work force, that is a workforce is nothing but human managers to the operator levels, so they get motivated, their quality of the work, right, satisfaction of the work get improved. So these are the different reasons for which we have to go for the benchmarking. So this benchmarking can be achieved at several levels. So that levels will see. So there are different levels for the benchmarking. So first is perception benchmark assessment. So what is the perception in Marathi? The meaning is of the perception is bodh. What is bodh? Means we are doing certain things and we may go wrong there. So that is failure. So from failure, what we understood, what from failure of the past event, what we are understanding, how we are restricting that failures again happening in the future. So this is called as a perception from the previous failure. So we can understand internal issues from the brainstorming, or people think about the internal management or company. So it is very important. So just organization not become standard or a super competitor. So what people, they are working in the organization, they are thinking about the organization, what kind of organization is there, what kind of management is there. So all these internal issues we are getting familiar with the help of this benchmarking, and we can apply this benchmarking at this level. So also quality improvement is possible through benchmarking. Also benchmarking reveals information about the company's current performance level. So it is a very important aspect. Through the benchmarking, if we apply benchmarking at the company level, so we are well known about the current level of the performance of the company, and we can adopt required measure for that. So second level is for the benchmarking, compliance benchmark assessment. So how company is currently performing against their standard. So company put their mission, company put their vision, but whether is company is acting according to is this vision or mission, whether it is acting or not. So it is assessed by this compliance benchmarking. So these are the different levels. So these are the done at the company level, but their width is different. So first is regarding internal issues, and second is regarding what company says about company policies and what they practice. So this gap should be minimum, or there should be not be gap. What company says, so that must be followed. So third is effectiveness of benchmark assessment. So it is the verification process of the benchmarking. Means what? So whether particular result is obtained or not, or company set certain target, whether the target is achieved or not, it is assessed. So that is called as a benchmark assessment. And last is continuous improvement benchmark assessment. So aim of each and every organization is to improve continuously. So it verifies that quality is integral and permanent fact of organization. Means we have to continuously assess what are the quality measures we are taking for the improvement of overall system. So these are the different levels for the benchmarking that are at the organization level. First is perception level, right? So second is compliance benchmarking, so it is a comparison benchmarking. Third is effectiveness. So here again we are comparison, or we are ensuring that as per plan, as per our target setting, all things are happening. And last is continuous improvement. So this is the process for the benchmarking. We have to go for the benchmarking, so we have to adapt certain procedure while achieving this benchmarking. So first is establish needs of benchmarking. So first we have to identify so which process or which particular thing we have to benchmark. So there are different area for the benchmark. It may be quality department, it may be marketing department, or it may be assembly department, it may be store. So where inventory is managed. So we have to establish the need for benchmarking. Second is identify function to be benchmark. Suppose we have selected quality department for benchmarking. Inside that we have to select particular procedure, suppose gauging, right? So there are different types of gauging, and effectiveness of gauging, how we can improve the performance level, how we can improve. So that we have to identify. After that there is a select superior performance. Usually this is from competitors. So we have to study the others methods which are very standard, which are superior. Then collect data and analyze for pinpointing gaps in a performance process practices.